Hello and welcome to another episode of Tax Deductible Gamer. My name is Dan Dennis, the man who is on a quest to see how much money he can get back for his video game purchases. And joining me this lovely week, it is none other than local Brisbane comedian, vocalist, and drop-dead gorgeous man, Josh Wessling.
Thank you very much for having me. You've sold me very well. I agree with all those points. Thank you.
That's all.
I mean, you left out bassist.
I did leave out bassist,
but given that is what I seem to be known for mostly these days.
Yeah, slapping the bass, cutting hairs.
Cutting hair. Yeah.
Also a haircut.
I'm known for that.
You're also a haircut.
Yeah. I am also a haircut.
Yeah, he's a walking haircut, guys.
Yes, that is.
Children cry when they have to hang out with him for the first few times, but no.
Dude, you're accurate, man. You're 100% spot on.
Good. No, and just personally, thank you, Josh. We did hint at it earlier by saying Josh is walking haircut. He's a barber, and he has saved me a lot of money by recommending me a pair of blades.
Yes.
Where my haircut and beard trim used to be $50, I reckon I've now saved about $100.
So you 2 more haircuts and your clippers have paid for themselves now?
No, they've already paid for themselves. My clippers were $100.
Oh fuck!
I got them off Amazon.
Oh shit! Okay. Okay. Yeah.
During a big sale,
you're paying a bit more for the slavery and the.
No, paying less for the slavery.
Oh yeah, true. Whatever. The whole point is.
No, not only do I now have a haircut that I can maintain myself, I also helped get Elon Musk into space. And that's cool.
And really, that's what we're all here for.
That's what we need.
That's what this podcast is about.
We need more billionaires.
Now, yep. All right, I'm ready to get Trump up there. I'm ready to get fucking Warren Buffett up there. Who else? I don't know any more billionaires.
Fuck, it's Bill Gates. Wildcarded. Just Mortal Kombat with the billionaires on the moon.
Oh, dude, was there a moon level on Mortal Kombat?
I have no idea.
I'm sure there's been a tournament fighter where there's been a moon level.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most obvious
I was
choice.
about to say Moon Buggy, but that's not even a tournament fighter. That was just a game that was on the... Did you ever play Moon Buggy?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it was pretty fun. It was just like a side-scrolling arcade-esque game that was on school computers when I was young.
I mean, there was... no, that was Battlefront. But the Revenge of the Sith game on like Xbox had like a tournament fighter setting, like when you play. Yeah. And so I guess it's a space themed thing. For some reason, I got that mixed up with a level in Battlefront.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. They're easy they're in space. You're fighting people.
It's Star Wars. It's all the same shit.
Oh man. I'm sorry. I just levitated up to the Mos Eisley Heroes
the Mos Eisley
level.
With the assault level, Battlefront 2, the good Battlefront 2. Although apparently the new Battlefront 2's like improved a lot.
Oh, it's so much better, and I think it's made better by the fact that everyone bought it when it was on sale for like $30 after they'd fixed all the problems. Like, okay, they listened to us. They're tanking money, so they put it on sale for like $30.
So I bought it when it first came out. Hated it for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Sold it pretty much like I think I took it back to the shops that weekend, got my money back.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play it again until they put it for free on the PSN sometime. Was it last year or 2019? I can't remember. Point is, I've got it for free now.
Yeah, good. And the way EA intended it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been playing through the campaign a bit, and then I got stuck on a mission when you're playing as Han Solo.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any armor.
Oh shit.
So he's got like a one-shot kill pistol, but he can only take 2 or 3 shots and then he's dead.
The campaign, was that the one where you start off in the Empire and then you defect over to the Rebels?
Operation.
I swear that's like the storyline of like every like Star Wars game now. Because have you played Squadrons?
No.
Squadrons. It was just free on the PSN. Again, games that were free on the PSN. Yeah. I think a couple months ago. And spoiler alert, in the first hour, it's barely a spoiler alert. In the first hour, one of the main characters defects from the Empire to the Rebels.
Yeah, sick.
So I'm just
it happens all the time.
Oh, yeah. That said, we were really disappointed with the Battlefront 2 one because we were all just like, fuck yes, we're playing through an Empire fucking campaign.
What's it called again? Operation Cinder?
I can't remember for the life of me. It's been so long since I played the campaign.
It was the thing that makes... Have you seen Mandalorian?
Yes, I've seen Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's the thing that Bill Burr's character shoots the guy for.
Yeah.
I'm just going to Google
it. Speaking of Bill Burr and Mandalorian, have you seen the thing that's like the whole reason he was in the show is because Jon Favreau approached him and said, "Hey, do you want to be in this Star Wars series I'm doing?" And Bill Burr said, "I rag on Star Wars fans every single week on my podcast. Why the fuck would you want me?" And Jon Favreau said, "Because that would be fucking hilarious."
Yeah.
Like, that's a great bit. That is a fantastic
It's a very funny bit, and I also like just the idea. I think it's weird how every time they hire someone, they're like, "Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan." It's like, you don't have to be a big Star Wars fan to be in it.
No.
Yeah, it was Operation
I'm sure
Cinder.
it's an added bonus. But yeah. So it was what?
Operation Cinder.
Operation Cinder, that's right. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
We did it. We got to the bottom of it. Oh, my goodness. And what's my you've just released some music.
Yeah, just released some music. So my band, Joy in Motion, aforementioned bassist of Joy in Motion, we, about a month ago, dropped our EP, Stardust, that we've been sitting on since about 2018. We honestly recorded those songs.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize this was the same EP
so,
that you'd play tracks for me on Lifts Home.
Yeah, so I'd drive Dan home from Hey and stuff, and we were getting mixes back, and so any of the band that's hearing this now, sorry guys. I was showing my good friend Dan Dennis some of our tracks, and we finished recording them in October 2018, and we've only just finished releasing all 5 of them in July 2021. So you do the math on how organized we are.
Yeah, and so far you've made, what, 1/3% from Spotify? It's
dude,
a good system.
Oh, it's a fantastic system.
For me,
0.00037 cents per stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's another billionaire, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he?
Oh, can we take him out?
Yeah, we can put him on the moon.
Oh, I want to fuck him up.
We can send him to the moon.
Fuck yes, please.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, okay. So I think we'll get into the news. We'll get into... have I said what we're talking about this week?
No, I don't think
it'll be in the episode description, but I think it'll be in the
episode description. I think we got really sidetracked talking about Star Wars, and we didn't really do
that doesn't sound like us.
We've
never been sidetracked about Star Wars before.
We didn't really do an intro or anything beyond... I'm a vocalist and I'm a walking haircut.
Yeah. And I forgot that he's a bassist.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I did mention comedian.
Yes, comedian.
Yes. But no, we should talk. I should say.
Yes.
As a professional podcaster.
Yes.
I should say what this episode's going to be about.
Yes, absolutely.
In case there's any like super fans out there who are just hit and play.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So this week we are talking about Legend of Zelda.
Fuck yeah.
No, Legend of Zelda. We're trying to get on that old SEO bandwagon. There won't be any spoilers for Skyward Sword. There'll be spoilers for the first 5 hours. And
there'll probably be spoilers for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, which at this point, but that's a hard game to spoil.
Yeah, it's
we'll get into it.
We'll get into that later.
We'll get into it.
We'll get there later.
We'll get there. Okay, I'm gonna go. News time. Once again, a phenomenal bit.
That's fantastic. I can just hear it from your fucking headphones.
Yeah, if you think you can hear it, if you can hear it from my headphones, imagine how bad it is for my hearing.
Dude, it must be deafening for you.
Yeah,
dude.
it's just like I kind of hesitate to push the button. You might have noticed it then when I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. News of the week: I'm deaf. But yeah,
I'm sorry, that laugh probably did not help.
No, I couldn't hear it.
True. That's my technique for you, baby.
Yeah. Oh no. Anyway, news of the week. So not a lot of news this week. We've covered Steam. The Steam Deck went last week. Pre-order started going out in the US. It was apparently very hard to get. The hardest one since the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. But speaking of the Xbox Series X, that was a big thing that happened today. Breaking.
What happened?
Xbox. They got the Coalition, who are the dev team behind the new Gears of War games.
Oh, sick.
They were releasing test footage for Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, shit.
And they're doing rendering and stuff, and it looks spectacular.
Hell yes. I'm hyped to see that. Just because I mean, like Unreal Engine, like that is like. It's the GOAT when it comes to fucking, gaming engines.
Yeah.
Especially for like, third person or even just first person shooters and all that sort of thing.
Everything's using it. And
even the last Kingdom Hearts game used Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Like that blew my shit.
Yeah, we use
Say what you will about that game.
Yeah, we use Unreal Engine for like work.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it's used in engineering and like architecture and stuff now.
That's what I mean. I mean that does stand to reason. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like even as I said it, I went.
It was like, oh yeah, they're
of
constructing
course.
worlds.
Yeah, yeah. It's all 3D rendering and all that
Yeah.
sort of shit.
But it looks amazing. It's kind of like everything looks live, real life.
Hell yeah.
I'm very excited for the first shooter. That makes me scared of the news chopper.
Oh man. I'm pretty excited to see. Does COD use Unreal?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm
Let's check. It could be Unity.
Whatever it is, like whatever is the first shooter to be used. Like, speaking of Star Wars, I'd like to see a Star Wars game in a new Unreal Engine.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Fallen Order was Unreal.
Yes,
So Fallen
yes,
Order
it
2
was.
will be
That was
Unreal
a great
Engine
game.
5. That was
That
an
was a
amazing game. I
great
need to go back
game.
and finish it.
I finished
used
it.
IW Engine 5.
IW Engine 5?
What's IW Engine?
I've never heard of it.
How old is the IW Engine?
I guess we're going to find out, aren't we?
Initial release, October 2005.
Oh, so it's like, so that probably would have been like, you know, Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Like
Modern
07.
Warfare. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, yeah.
Infinity Ward.
God, remember how sick the first Modern Warfare was when it came out?
I didn't have it. I got it on Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I mean, still, like that's still like, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is
no, I
the
didn't.
best.
I lied. Modern Warfare 3 was the first one I played.
Okay, Modern Warfare 3 was okay,
It
but
was a fun campaign. It was a fun
Modern
shooter.
Warfare 2 was the best one, but the first Modern Warfare, when I played that one, like that was the first time, you know, as a 13-year-old, I looked at it and I'm like, this looks real. I mean, now, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
with the way things have progressed, you know, graphically, it's aged.
Yes.
But like, you know, it was the first time as a 13-year-old I thought, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so they just have a custom engine. This engine is only used for Call of Duty by the looks of it.
Wow. I mean, that's a big dick move.
Yeah, games
That's
using...
a baller move.
Yeah. Wikipedia. Yeah, we love it. We love to see just Infinity Ward creating... Yeah, it's only used for Call of Duty. That's so strange.
That really is just like, you know...
Yeah, it was like
move,
Battlefield
motherfuckers.
with the Frostbite engine.
Oh, yeah, true. Hasn't Frostbite been used for other things? I
Yeah,
swear it's
but
been
it
used
has.
for, like,
Yeah, but they lease it out. But it's kind of
Yes.
like... It could just be the point of difference between...
yeah, because I'm pretty sure I've seen like sports games being used on the Frostbite engine and stuff. Like,
for
like,
realistic Breaking Bones.
No, I think like,
Recreating the scene from Dark Knight Rises in Madden 22.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Madden's one of the games that used the Frostbite engine.
Oh, awesome. So more realistic concussions.
But yeah, so anyway, Unreal.
Unreal, yeah. Unreal
let's
Engine.
get back to that.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 5. It looks really good. I'm really excited for the next kind of generation of games. Are you someone who wants your games to look more realistic?
I want them to look realistic. I don't want the games to be realistic, right?
Yeah.
In that, I don't want a life simulator.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you're not going to boot up an office simulator.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, I mean, you know, example, Red Dead Redemption 2. That's like, you know, top 5 games of all time for me.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of parts that are very much a real life simulator.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
But the more realistic a game looks, fuck yeah.
Yes.
That's it. I'm worried about the uncanny valley sort of effect that it'll result
And even then,
in.
because so there released 2 videos. One of them was just sort of like through a desert room, which looked amazing, like a Space Odyssey-esque prism with the light emanating out of it and spinning around and stuff. That looked really cool. And the second one was just panning around a dude with a beard.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, that's a video game character. And other times I was like, that's a human. And then my brain was like, ugh,
yeah,
what's going on?
I mean, okay, on a scale of 1 to, let's say, Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One.
Interestingly, I wouldn't have used Grand Moff Tarkin as the... are you using him as the good example?
Well, okay. Say what you will, because he was clearly, you know, CGI.
Yeah.
But that was impressive. It took me a moment.
Very impressive for the time.
It took me a moment.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. So,
okay.
like on that, like there was just something off.
Had
about
I
it.
not known I was watching a render for an Unreal Engine 5,
Yeah.
I reckon I would be like, is this a picture of someone? Have they like done the Marvel de-aging something?
Yeah. Wow. All right.
I would probably put it somewhere between the Grand Moff Tarkin example and the de-aging of Michael Douglas in Ant-Man and the Wasp flashbacks.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay. Okay. Between Tarkin and you've seen all the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Spoiler, yeah. I was
Yeah.
going to say spoilers for the end of
Spoilers for the end of the fuck. I'm sorry, guys.
season 2. But yeah. I would say somewhere in between that. And also because the beard. The beard was the thing I was probably paying the most attention to. Not because I have a beard, but just because no one.
Yeah, well, I mean, doing a realistic looking beard rendered is an impressive feat.
Yeah.
You know, like you're getting every individual strand. I mean, getting hair, full stop, but a beard, like the different textures in beards and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm barber nerding right now.
No, that's cool. That's what we got you on here for. We got you for hot video game tags and barber chat.
Hell yeah. But yeah, like, you know, like the way that a beard grows and the way that, you know,
sorry,
like all the
I have a
textures.
pun stuck in my head for
Go
a
for it.
podcast idea for you and your barber mates. Barbers for Barbara, and it's a podcast where a bunch of barbers just watch the Barbra Streisand movies.
All right, I'll talk to the fellas.
You
see
talk
what
to
they
the
reckon.
fellas down the shop. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, fellas, I got an idea.
Guys.
Let's say you and I, let's say us 3, 4, we sit around, we watch a Barbra Streisand movie, and then we review it.
I'm going to be completely honest. I can't think of one Barbra Streisand movie.
Funny Girl.
I don't know that movie.
Yeah. Oh, was that a movie or just a musical? There's a couple on iView at the moment as well.
Right, fair enough.
So, you know, it's already paid for. You paid for it with your tax.
All right, sick. I'll jump on iView and I guess type in
Barbra
Streisand.
Streisand. But anyway, you were talking about hairs.
Yeah. And well, I think I've already said what I needed to say.
Yeah.
It's impressive if you can get a realistic looking beard when you're rendering through CGI and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Next bit of news, a bit of a more serious one. Activision and Blizzard have been accused of not being good people to work for, specifically if you're a woman.
Oh,
yeah, a bunch of
okay.
Yeah, so
oh boy. I mean, that's the based on when I used to play World of Warcraft. That's probably the least surprising thing you could have said about Blizzard.
Yeah, and most of the difference in designs between Overwatch and male and female characters.
Yeah,
in Overwatch.
I mean, there's the classic meme of, you know, male armor and female armor in MMORPGs.
Yeah,
like that's.
Yeah, so it was a big one. I don't think there's one that we're probably going to do too long about. I just felt that I was like, it seems like something I have to.
Yeah, you got to bring that up.
Bring it up.
We don't have to spend too much time on it because we're probably not, I guess, qualified to speak on this.
I think we're definitely qualified to say. Yeah,
we're qualified to say
that's
don't
shit. Mistreat women in the workplace.
Yeah.
And treat your employees with respect.
Yeah.
I guess this was where I was kind of going with like the realistic stuff, because crunch is such a massive issue.
What's
crunch?
Crunch. Oh, crunch.
Yeah,
yes,
crunch
yes,
is such a
absolutely.
massive issue with it, and it seems to be just a lot of that, and people's rights being eroded in the workplace.
Yeah.
Just overall not a very good time. And I just think there'd be less pressure. At the end of the day, it reminded me a lot of the time when I was working at Macca's.
Yeah.
Something that I think the video game industry developers could do remember. It was really the best thing about working at Macca's is that for a period of time, my main responsibility was to make burgers. Yeah. And that's it. Which is a pretty cool, that was my contribution. It was just like, you're making video games. Like try and remember. It just needs to be a top. I don't know. I think it's a concept. It's that constant thing of art versus business. Like, have you watched any of Mythic Quest?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's an amazing show on Apple TV Plus. If you got a PS5, it's now free for another 6 months.
I look. The
likelihood
likelihood
of never paying for it.
Man, the likelihood of me getting a PS5 is as likely as New South Wales recording 0 COVID cases tomorrow.
Okay, cool. So
you know what I mean?
It's hard to get.
Oh man, my girlfriend was saying to me the other day that she wanted to like get me one for like my birthday or something like that, and she's like, "You just can't find them."
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's.
It was strange because it was very easy if you were following the releases up until pre-order day last year. It was very easy to get one. So I had no troubles pre-ordering one for day one release. Yeah. I almost pre-ordered an Xbox Series X as well, and then I was like, nah, better not. And now I just regret that.
Yeah. Well, because you could have gotten that on tax.
Yeah, could have gotten it on tax.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have been talking about it.
Yeah.
Could have been tax deductible.
But that's it. So you got the PS5 day one.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who had it pre-ordered from day one. It took him until like May to get it.
Where did he pre-order it from?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So that might have had something. Okay, yeah. He might have gone through like JB or something like that. I don't know.
Don't trust them.
Fair call.
Yeah, if you're after a hard to find video game console, probably go to the ones who specialize in video games. So that was the horrible Activision Blizzard thing and just crunch.
Don't be shit, people.
Don't be shit. Just remember you're making
video games. You're making art.
You're making video, and sure that it's a money making industry, but still, I don't know. C'est la vie.
Yeah, exactly.
There's probably a lot of things that people could care less about. Which are the things that people are focusing on?
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
The next bit of news, we got a double feature Pokemon news.
Pokemon
news double feature. The Pokemon Unite launched.
Oh,
I haven't played it yet, but it's the Pokemon League of Legends game.
Oh, snap!
And it has been very surprising. I've been seeing a lot of positive reviews for it online.
Yeah,
people are really enjoying it.
This is the first I'm hearing of this, but
really?
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, oh my god, like, of course that'd be an amazing concept.
Yeah,
like League of Legends, Pokemon, like,
there's some basket scoring thing. There seems to be like a basketball element. That's always like, I think it's more capture the flag.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember seeing the launch, and it was quite. A lot of people weren't happy because it's made with Tencent, which is the Chinese video game company.
Are they known for anything in particular, or is it just that?
I think it's more that a lot of the freemium. They do a lot of freemium games.
Yep.
Yeah, for like mobile phone and stuff.
This podcast brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Podcasts, they're free to make, but you need to pay people to do it. And yeah, but no, it seems really cool. I know you can evolve your Pokemon during a match. You pick like a team of 3.
That'd be sick.
And the experience you get in the match means you can level up your Pokemon. So it looks pretty cool. I might go in on it. It's on the Switch. And
oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, which would be a fun little game just to play on the bus.
Yeah, 100%.
Or the train, or the park, or your hallway, according to the Switch OLED ad. Did you see that ad?
No, I didn't.
So you know how they were teasing...
Man, I've seen so much shit, clearly. Oh my god. I haven't seen any of this stuff you're talking about.
No, it was like a while ago. It was like probably about a month ago now. But Nintendo, there's always been these leaks of... there's been a bunch of leaks of the Switch Pro. Because it's now been the amount of time since the Switch came out to now, it's the same amount of time, or if not slightly longer, as the Wii U to the Switch.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
shit. I have been thinking to myself, like, what's going to be next after the Switch?
I think it would just be a better version of the Switch.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I think I think with the Steam Deck coming out this year in America, I think they might wait a couple of years to see how that goes.
Is the Steam Deck sort of just Steam?
It's just a Switch
as a oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a developed by Valve handheld video game console.
Yeah. I was thinking like
it
handheld.
runs Windows, it runs Linux, which means if it runs Windows, it means you should be able to get Xbox Game Pass on it.
All I'm hearing is handheld Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And you can just plug it into your TV, same as the Switch.
Hell yeah.
You can use. I don't think you need to get a specific controller if you've got it plugged into the TV. But anyway, yeah, the fact that you get the Steam library, you get Xbox Game Pass, but that's not confirmed. But
I mean, like the Steam library is, as extensive, if not more, than the Switch library. Obviously, well, it'd be well and truly more extensive. But there are a lot of crossovers and all that sort of thing.
There's a lot of crossovers, but it also means when you buy a console, day one you'll have everyone has 100 game library on Steam that they've only played 2% of.
Dude, getting a PC recently allowed me to play what's that?
Oh, we're just getting some crunchy.
Yeah. Getting a PC recently has allowed me to re-download Steam because I had a Mac for about 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
But I've also got a whole... Sorry to bring up Star Wars again, but I've got 10 different Star Wars games that between the years of 2002 to 2010. So I've got Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast, Galactic Battlegrounds, stuff like that. And I've just been playing through those again, and I'm so stoked.
Fuck yes.
It's the best, man.
Yeah, there's so much. I need to go back and play Knights of
the Old Republic?
Not Knights of the Old Republic, the Jedi Knight series.
Jedi Knight series,
because I never played Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
Oh, dude, Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast are both on the Switch library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know when I'll be getting it. You guys can hear that review sometime in the future. But yeah, Pokemon Unite. So I was just
Yeah.
This
Pokemon,
one.
That's right.
Yeah. No, this one isn't. And then was talking about there was the Switch Pro, And in the ad, there's just a guy just playing the new Switch Pro, which isn't a Switch Pro. It has exactly the same tech specs as the original Switch, but just a better screen.
But yeah.
And there's just an ad just of a guy just standing in the hallway playing his Switch.
like just in a house.
Yeah, just in a house. And you're like...
Because it was like a school hallway or something like that. I understand that. But like just in your house.
Yeah, in your house next to the stairs. It was like those classic British house with the stairs that just go straight up.
Maybe he was playing like an online game. Although I guess why would you start in the hallway?
Or just buy a Wi-Fi extender. Yeah. They're not that expensive and they're pretty helpful. So yeah, no, it's on Switch, Android,
maybe he's
and
riding
iOS.
Maybe he's riding off of his neighbor's Wi-Fi and that's the only place he can play it.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. Could be. Sorry, and it wasn't Tencent. It's Teamy Studio Group.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what Tencent's working on? Oh, no, it is. It's a subsidiary of Tencent Games.
Ah, okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'm still cool. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
You haven't committed any
stuff.
What's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it matters. Defamation.
Defamation. Yeah, no. I'd never be defamationing. But, so the second one, because I was in the first one of the Pokemon news. The second one, it came out today, reported exclusively by Variety magazine in little old Hollywood, USA, that Netflix is developing a live-action Pokemon series.
Oh, dude.
In the same style as Detective Pikachu.
Hell yes.
Which is good. I don't know if this will be the Detective Pikachu sequel, if they're going to adapt the anime like what they're currently doing with Cowboy Bebop and One Piece.
Yeah. Are they trying to live action One Piece?
Yes.
How much time do they have?
Until the permadeath.
Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a series to try to live. I assume they're not going to do the whole thing.
Yeah. Or they'll cut out a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they'll cut out all the filler episodes.
Yeah.
Of which apparently there's like hundreds.
Yeah, and for anyone who is listening to this and then shares this on a One Piece forum, we don't believe there's any filler episodes of One Piece. And we think the fans are the coolest in the world.
Speak for yourself. I think One Piece fans are losers. Go
after Josh. Go after Joy Motion.
I've only watched One Piece a few times when I was younger, when it was on Cheese TV.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just know they're fans.
But we're not here to talk about One Piece. We're here to talk about Pokemon.
And yeah, I love Detective Pikachu. I think it's so good. But so the movie sequel, Justice Smith was the lead. He was the son. He in an interview back in May, he said that the sequel's been shelved.
Oh, true.
So I don't know if this is going to be the sequel. They're like, we can't do a movie, but we can get Netflix to pay for the rights and
do
a
like
follow up like that,
like a series or whatever it is, instead of like, because I mean ultimately, I guess a series would be more like profitable, more like wider reaching or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because instead of
I think if you keep it in that city, or whatever that land continent was that the movie was set in,
was it set in any of like the original
No, it was a brand new location.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So not like Johto or Kanto or
no,
or anything.
No. Brand new location, brand new city, never before seen in video games.
Wow.
Or it might be in the Detective Pikachu game, but yeah, I think I think if they do it like that, because then you can do you could almost do an anthology series.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Like an anthology.
Pokemon anthology?
Yeah, stories of whatever the name of that city was.
Yeah.
And just people living day to day trying to make it in the big city.
The big Pokemon world.
Yeah. You do cool stuff. You do stuff like farmers.
Oh, man.
Someone farming, dealing with drought and climate change. And
yeah.
Do you reckon you wouldn't, because you have water Pokemon?
Yeah, you got water Pokemon, but like how much are they affected by the local environment? How much of their power is affected by like the moisture in the air and all that sort of thing?
See, and this is the type of stuff that everyone is going ape for to figure out.
Yes. Because they
will finally answer. Can a water Pokemon use water powers in a desert?
Yeah, because like that's a good question. But then you even take it like years back when people were just like, so clearly people are eating meat, but the only animals are Pokemon.
Yeah, I reckon it's all Tauruses.
It's all Tauruses.
Yeah, that
it's
one
all
makes
just
the most
buffalo
sense.
and shit.
Yeah, it's all the ones that look like a bison or a cow.
Yeah, the ones that look the most like
milk
Pokemon.
tank. Well, they drink milk tank milk.
I mean, that stands to reason.
So,
I mean, how dark does the world get?
You know, and
I mean, look. I've always wanted to try Blaziken buffalo wings.
Yeah, put a real fire in your belly.
Oh, this is getting dark.
Yeah.
What do you reckon a Magikarp tastes like?
High in mercury.
High in mercury.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be like salmon.
Like salmon, you reckon? Surely that'd be like Goldeen or something like that. Because I reckon Magikarp's got to be more like anchovies.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Magikarp's saltier.
Yeah.
Goldeen's Goldeen's thicker. Yeah, Goldeen's got that high fat content because it's round. It's a round.
Yeah,
fish.
it's a round fish.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the equivalent of Whalelord?
Yeah,
Whale
Lord, Whalema.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Sword and Shield?
No. Oh wait, no. I had Sword last year. I only bought my Switch last year.
Okay.
And I bought Sword and Super Smash at the same time.
Yeah.
And I played Sword for 3 hours, and I took it back to EB.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, that's all good. Yeah, it was more in one of the expansion islands because all the Pokemon are realistic to their actual size.
Yeah.
So there's a Whale Lord.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's just massive. It takes up the whole screen.
See, that would be sick. That would be actually sick. I don't know. I haven't really enjoyed a Pokemon game since Emerald. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I still think they're pretty good. It's different strokes.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Pearl and Diamond remakes coming up.
They were the first ones on like DS, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I never played them. I went from Emerald to Y.
Oh wow, that's a jump.
Yeah, I went from Ruby to Y, and then I played Moon. I didn't play Ultra Moon because I heard it was the same game with a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's true. I
only
think
one way to find out, bro.
Yeah, only one way to find out.
Google.
Track down that game. Oh, yeah.
Or Wikipedia.
Yeah, sure.
The
Google.
synopsis.
And then Sword and Shield. Yeah, I don't know.
See, I kind of went in reverse order. The first one I played was Emerald, and then I went back and played Yellow, and then played like Gold and Silver.
You cannot do that. You can't play Yellow because any game that doesn't have running shoes, it doesn't give them to you immediately.
Oh, it was infuriating.
It's impossible to play.
Like that's such like a classic example of just like, you got to start with the first game and work your way up so that you can say that you've played the first game.
Yeah.
Because it's unplayable from there on. Like a great example of this is the Assassin's Creed series, right? The first one I started with was Assassin's Creed 2. That game is amazing. Probably top 10 of all time for me.
Ezio Trilogy is phenomenal.
Yeah. Ezio Trilogy, one of the best storylines I've ever seen. And one day I was at EB and I saw Assassin's Creed for like $10, and I'm like, wow, I should go back and play the first one. It's unplayable.
Yeah,
I played it for an hour and I was like, well, that's $10 I'm never getting back.
Yeah,
it's
thank God it was only $10
because I'm like it's such a small amount of money that you can't even be bothered to take it back to EB.
Yeah,
but like it's just it's so broken. The controls are so clunky. And they just fixed it all on Assassin's Creed 2. Yeah. Similar thing with
a franchise that hasn't had that many good games when you think about it.
They haven't had that many good games, but the ones that they've hit with have been amazing.
It's like Ezio Trilogy, Black Flag.
Valhalla is great.
Oh, is it?
I've been playing Valhalla so my girlfriend got it for me for Christmas last year, and just because it's the first one I've played since Black Flag.
Yeah.
Just because I like Norse mythology. I think it's sick.
Yeah.
And I played it and I finished it recently. And when you finish it, because you're connected to your Ubisoft account, is it Ubisoft? Yeah, I think it's Ubisoft. They send you an email saying like, "Hey, here's all your stats and stuff." And so I played for 96 hours. You might have seen when I posted this on my story.
Oh.
I played it for 96 hours. And I discovered 4% of the map.
What?
I don't think I think it's less that I discovered 4% of the map, more that I had physically walked over 4%.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I guess like sort of like which parts my feet had physically touched on the map. 4%.
Yeah, gotcha.
But still, what the fuck, Ubisoft?
Yeah, that's too big of a map.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Man. Actually, I'll tell you something funny. I just told you earlier that I just finished Ghost of Tsushima today.
Yep.
And
episode coming in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But in the lead up to this, I've kept on saying, because I've had it for about 9 months. I played it for 5 hours. I loved it, and then I just like didn't play it for like 7 months.
Yeah.
And I kept on saying to my girlfriend, like, I'm gonna finish Ghost of Tsushima. Gonna finish Ghost of Tsushima. And I started playing it about a month or two ago, and then the next day, the Wrath of the Druids expansion came out for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and so I bought that, and I boot up my PlayStation, and I open up Valhalla, and I just hear my girlfriend behind me just say, "I'm so ashamed of you." And at first I think she's just saying like, "I'm ashamed that you're booting up a game instead of hanging out with me."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the logical.
But like, you know, it's never been an issue before, but I instantly thought that because my dumb male mind thought that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm just like, "What's wrong?" And she said, "You've been saying for months that you're going to finish Ghost of Tsushima."
Yeah.
And so she's just like ashamed of the fact that I'm playing Valhalla again. But, you know, luckily Wrath of the Druids expansion was 15 hours.
Okay.
And so
it's still pretty big.
Oh, pretty big. I mean, it's not Blood and Wine.
Witcher 3. Yeah, what? That was like a 30-hour expansion? Yeah.
God, that was as big as any other game.
Yeah. That's bigger than most games.
I think that was the first thing I finished at the start of the pandemic. Bloody Witcher 3.
God. I need to go back into
the Blood and Wine expansion.
I never got past the tutorial because I was like, "This is sick," and then
dude, you need
exactly
to do
the
it.
same thing. I was like, "This is sick," and then I was just like,
Yeah, it's well worth playing, man. It's if you like big open world games that take up a lot of time with a whole lot of like, you know, fetch quests, collectathons.
Yeah, that's definitely something I have a lot of at the moment.
Yeah.
Between a full-time job, struggling comedy career, and starting a podcast. But you know, it's
I mean,
I just started a podcast about video games.
Given the stuff that we're talking, given the main game that we're going to be talking about, you know, that is the definition of it.
Yeah. Well, do we want to get into it?
Do we want to get? Yeah.
Let's get into it.
I'm down to get into it.
I reckon you and I can get into it. So,
absolutely.
This is a double Zelda feature because recently Nintendo did the very cool thing of charging $60 for a HD remake of a 10-year-old game called Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. And the really awesome thing about it is they haven't really fixed any of the issues.
So they just made it pretty. They haven't like fixed up any of the issues.
No. I would expect in this day and age that you would make non-tilt controls as usable as the tilt controls if you don't want to use tilt controls. And before I get properly into it, because we're going to I'm going to talk about Skyward Sword for a bit, and then we're going to talk about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, I'll let you have the floor for now.
Thank you. And I normally buy games digitally.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more expensive, but I find it's more convenient.
It's just easier than having like a whole collection of like discs and cases and shit.
Yeah, and when it's the matter of $20,
yeah,
it's kind of like...
Look, I'm happy to pay $20 to not have to go talk to someone.
Yeah. yeah, it's the no talking fee. Yeah. I mean, it also means you can like load it up the night before, have it ready to go. You don't have to change disk server when you want to play a different game.
Yeah.
And the downside to it is that if you don't like a game, you can't get your money back, really.
Yeah.
Which is why I bought Skyward Sword on physical.
Yeah, see, that I always go like half and half, like, you know, with those sort of things.
I haven't returned it. I don't think I will. I think I probably will play through more of this and see if I can get used to the tilt controls.
Yeah.
But
see if you can figure out like if you can unbreak the broken game.
Yeah, it's fun swinging the Joy-Con around, and it's your sword.
Oh, it's like Wii U sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like Wii U, and it is cool in that the direction in which you swing your sword swing your Joy-Con determines what type of slash you do.
That is pretty cool.
So that's really interesting. But then there's just different parts of the game where they bring in tilt controls where they just don't need to be. And you just go, like, there's walking across tight ropes. It's like, oh, you need to balance.
Oh,
and
God.
I was like, okay, well, if I'm leaning this way, I'll move my Joy-Cons the other way. And then my character doesn't do anything. And
how much tilt control does this game use? Because I know there's a bit of tilt control in Breath of the Wild.
Less. No, more than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, okay, because like Breath of the Wild, it only really uses the tilt controls in the shrines and stuff.
Shrines and when you're using the
those
bow.
are the worst parts.
Yeah. But you can turn it off for the bow.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because that's what I did, because I hate it. I was like, ugh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go back and play again.
Yeah.
Put another 100 hours into that bitch.
Yeah, but okay. So for example, the hardest part for me so far was after finishing the first kind of main mission. You get given a glide cloth, which doesn't glide.
Yeah.
You'll just stop moving as soon as you deploy it, and you'll just fall in that spot essentially, and it's ridiculous. I got stuck there because you had to land in a certain part,
like a very, very specific area.
A very, very specific area, and it took me about 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Of just fluking it and
yeah,
trying to control.
I thought you were about to say 20 attempts. So I was just like, oh, that's not too bad. 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. I stopped. I went in. I was like, I need to put this game down. And I boiled some rice because I made a curry that day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I gotta boil
the
some
Switch,
rice.
Is this on the Switch?
Yeah, it's on the Switch.
Yeah, yeah. So you've really got to put it down. You can't like yeet the controller across the room because the console is the controller.
Yeah.
Well, are you up to the TV?
Yeah, I got it hooked up to the TV. I got the little Joy-Cons, baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. I don't know how you'd be able to play this game with the Switch. I haven't played it handheld yet, but I don't even know if you could play it Switch Lite style.
Yeah, so I played all of Breath of the Wild Switch Lite style.
Yeah.
And that may explain the difficulty I had with the tilt controls.
Yeah.
In that one. So I don't know. My girlfriend's got a video of me like standing up and like, walking all around the room, like holding it above my head, just trying to get the tilt control working.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating. I still don't know how to use the shield.
Oh, dude.
I keep on dying trying to learn how to use the shield because I've got it equipped. I've got it in my hand.
Yep.
And then I don't know how to lift it up and use it to block attacks. And it's just...
Look,
this isn't a review of Breath of the Wild. Here's the thing. I think Breath of the Wild, so far, I've been compelled enough by the story that I want to keep on playing it. I want to play through at least 1 or 2 dungeons.
Yeah. Look, Breath of the Wild for me is top 5 of all time for me.
Yeah.
I've said that about a few games so far. I think I've almost given my top 10. But
what have you given?
I think I've only given 3, actually. I've given Red Dead, Breath of the Wild, and then Assassin's Creed 2 is in the top 10.
Okay.
But, like... Yeah, I 100% agree with you on the shield thing. That said, in my household, we dodge roll.
Yeah.
We're a dodge roll and mash heavy attack.
Yeah. And that's... Still don't know how to roll. Oh, to roll, you have to dash and then shake the Joy-Con around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's for Skyward Sword?
Yeah, this is Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
And it is... There's potentially someone listening. If anyone's listening to this and it's like, oh, you can turn off the tilt controls and it's a very playable game.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I'm just waiting for someone to be listening to you just like absolutely infuriated. Just click one more button in the options.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I can't find the options.
So imagine if that's been your problem the whole time. You can't find the options.
Yeah.
And it's just because you're pressing the wrong button. And it's just a very solvable fix.
Yeah.
Have you thought about Googling it?
I have, and that didn't help. Well,
okay.
it was like, press L3 to use the shield. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's a very easy thing to do. I guess I was kind of used to, from so many games have adapted the Witcher style of left bumper is left arm and right bumper is right arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even Skyrim. That's Elder Scrolls as well.
Ah, yeah.
So I was expecting it was going to be like ZL or L that triggers, and then it wasn't. And it's like L3. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'm pressing L3 and nothing's happening. And I was like... For fuck's sake. Fun game, cool mechanics. There's definitely some stuff that I'm not exactly sure when the endurance meter came in, because I assumed it came in for Breath of the Wild, but it's in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I think it's been in a few other games. I'm pretty sure it's not in like Ocarina or Majora's.
No, it's not. It's not in the Nintendo 64 stuff. It's not in the Game Boy Color ones. I don't know if it's in any of like the.
Oh man, if it was on Game Boy Color, like. Kids would be losing their fucking minds back in the day.
Well, that was Did you ever play the Oracle games?
The Oracle games?
Yeah, so Legend of Zelda, there was Game Boy Color, there was 2 Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons.
Oh, okay, yeah. First Zelda game I played would have been Ocarina. Oh, no, Link to the Past on Super Nintendo, actually. Probably would have been the first one I played.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, actually, if we even go back further, if you count it, Super Smash on the 64.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I ever played as Link on anything.
Link to the Past would have been before
Smash.
Yeah.
Oh,
but the first one you played. Yep,
yeah,
sorry, I got you.
I played the Super Nintendo 4 years after I played a 64.
There was the only reason I mentioned you mentioned infuriating kids. The part that thankfully I had the foresight to go no, but I could probably go back and play it now. Oracle of Ages. It was that point in time. You know when developers would publish a walkthrough guide,
Yes.
an official one.
Yes.
And there was a while there where games were made very hard to beat without it.
Yeah.
100% defied logic.
Yeah, so that they make their extra coin on the official walkthrough.
There was a puzzle in Oracle of Ages where you had to roll a colored square around the room in a certain direction, in a certain thing.
Yeah.
They figure it out. And then when you rolled into the center square, the puzzle would be solved.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it for ages. I couldn't figure it out. Every time I was like, oh, I think this is it. And then couldn't do it. And then I passed it to my brother, and he was just like, because he's quite logic focused, and he couldn't figure it out. Ended up finding a pirated walkthrough online, and you look at it, and there is no logic to it at all.
Yeah, I know.
It was like, go forward 2 steps, go back 1 step or something, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, just none of it would have made any sense without the guide.
Yeah. And so after that, I was like, I'm not playing this game. I paid $15 for it. I'm not playing this game. But yeah, it was. Why were you talking about that? Skyward Sword. Yeah, Skyward Sword. I don't know. I'm gonna keep on playing it. I don't know how much longer. Like I said, I bought a physical copy because I can see myself selling this game.
Yeah.
Just like a Nintendo.
Rightly so.
Yeah, just like Nintendo. Because you know what? It's just not for me.
No,
particularly because the other game I wanted to talk about this week, which is a Zelda. I don't know. Are we calling things Zeldavanias yet?
Zeldavanias.
Like a Metroidvania.
Yeah. I was going to say, what was the other word? Metroidvania.
Yeah, Metroidvania or Castlevania.
Yeah.
Castlemania.
Castle Prime.
Yeah, Castle Prime. Anyway, just because there's a bunch of games like that are starting to come out that have been inspired by Legend of Zelda. I got one. I bought it last week for like $20 on the Xbox. Death's Door. And you play. It's a nice isometric game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what people just call it, but I'm going to call it a Zeldavania. You are a crow who works in the soul reaping business. Someone steals a soul off you after you kill the first boss, and so now you can't die and you can't go back to work until you get that soul back. So you have to go around and you have to kill all these bosses, there's puzzles. It's like a 6 to 10 hour game, depending on how good you are.
Does sound pretty dope.
Yeah, so that was another game I wanted to play. I was like, would people want to play Skyward Sword or just a classic isometric game? Anyway, Breath of the Wild, though.
Breath of the Wild.
That's what you're here to play, because you haven't played Skyward Sword.
I haven't played Skyward Sword, but Breath of the Wild, I bought a Switch for Breath of the Wild.
Same.
Yeah.
I also got a Switch like first week or second week.
Of it coming out.
Of it coming out.
Yeah,
and
I
never finished Breath of the Wild. It's one of those games where I'm like, I need to go back.
How many hours have you put into it?
I think about 20.
Oh, dude.
I was just exploring. I loved the shrines. The shrines were such a cool thing.
The shrines are real sick. I've finished the story. I've finished the DLC.
So you've got the motorbike.
Yeah, I've got the motorbike.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the motorbike's dope.
Yeah,
the motorbike is so dope. At the moment, I'm just trying to go through all like the DLC side missions where you got to get all the it's mostly just like armor and like mythical armor and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I've pumped so much time into it. Like the bosses are so unique. Yeah. Like, the whole game in general, right? Like start from the start. The game is one of the most unique things, like experiences I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like it's open world, but it's also open ended. Like for anyone that doesn't already know, I think that's the most obvious thing about it.
Yeah. One of the big talking points is that you can just go straight to the final boss.
Yeah.
And you can, if you're skilled enough.
Yeah.
Beat them with no other gear.
Yeah. So like I was telling you when we were talking about doing this episode, to go watch speedrunners of Breath of the Wild. Anyone who's listening, go watch a speedrun of Breath of the Wild. It took me like 80 hours to beat the final boss. These guys are doing it in 40 minutes. Because like the only prerequisite you need to do whatever the hell you want is do the first 4 shrines, which those first 4 shrines.
On the plateau.
Yeah, on the plateau.
Yeah.
Those first 4 shrines, they give you the 4 powers that you need to do everything in the entire game.
Yep.
Which is it's the magnet, it's the
bomb,
the force, the thing where you stop time and you can like sort of like force things with it.
Oh yeah, what's that called? Momentum? No.
Momentum or something like that.
Kinesis,
that's the one. And then the ice one where you can make ice pillars in water.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and like those 4 powers are given to you at the very beginning of the game. So this isn't a spoiler. Yeah. This isn't a spoiler. It's given you at the start, and pretty much from there, you jump off the Great Plateau once the old man gives you the glider.
The actual glider. One that glides.
That glides.
One that doesn't just let you parachute down.
I got to tell you something hilarious. So I knew about the glider when I got the game.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you had to go through the old man to get the glider. So when I first get out of
so you just jump
the shrine, when you get out of the shrine, you're like at like the top of this hill. Again, this is in the first 5 minutes. No spoilers. You're at the top of this hill.
It was very Fallout 3-esque when you first leave the vault.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 or Fallout 4? I guess 3. All of them. Yeah.
Well, I mean all of them, but Fallout 3 was the first kind of big one.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first thing you see is like this big like panning shot of like the entire world, and you're at the top of this hill, and all I knew was that you had a glider, and so I just jump off the cliff 4 times before I give up and just walk like a fucking pleb. And then I find out you just don't have the glider until you do these like 4 shrines for this old man.
Yeah, it's nuts. But I think it's technically possible to climb down the Great Plateau.
I think it's very possible.
And I think because that was the thing, there's like playthroughs of people without the glider.
Wow.
Or without any of the powers, and like they just climb down the plateau.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like I haven't seen that, but like I can see that being very possible.
Yeah. I mean, it's a dumb way to do it, but
Oh, absolutely. Well, especially because, you don't have very much stamina at that moment.
No.
So like, and, doing anything costs stamina in that game.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Or at least climbing anything. Like, the climbing mechanics in the game.
Climbing mechanics. So good.
You can climb anything.
That was, I remember explaining that to someone. And like, how is it? It's like, man, you can climb anything. They're like, what fucking review is this for Legend of Zelda? I'm like, it's not so much. It's just insane that you can just walk up to something and start climbing.
Yeah.
I remember the most mind-blowing moment for me was realizing I could blow up a tree to create a bridge across a ravine.
Oh, yeah. Like that sort of shit is mind-blowing.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like you can create like, your own ways around things. Like the game doesn't, it's not on railroads or anything like that.
Yeah.
It is the least linear that a game has ever been. And I am so on board with that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like when we're saying you can climb anything, it's not like Horizon Zero Dawn where you got to jump on some yellow nipples or whatever it is. Or it's not like, Assassin's Creed where there's got to be a ledge. No. Walk up to a wall. You're going to start climbing it.
Yeah.
Anything.
It was nuts. Trees.
Like, you can pretty much get around, like when you go to Hyrule Castle to fight Ganon, you can pretty much skip all the the extra rooms if you just climb around shit. If you got enough
I will remember
stamina. Because there's 2 rooms with like Lionels. Have you encountered a Lionel?
Yeah, I've encountered a Lionel. That was insane.
Yeah.
I was I had maybe 4 or 5 hearts and not heaps.
Yeah.
And not a lot of stamina. And I was just like,
I remember the first time I came across a Lionel. I'm pretty sure you face them when you go to the water world. Or wherever the Zora's domain.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It was right.
The people with like the shark heads.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that. I encountered them before the Zora's domain.
Oh yeah, because they're all over the joint.
Yeah, they're all over the joint. It was like, I escaped it by running. Just managed to skirt around it and then getting up onto a cliff and gliding over. And ended up in the snow.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out about...
Did you die because of the exposure to the elements?
Yeah, there was like wolves and snow. Was there wolves?
Wolves don't attack you in the game. Unless you attack them.
Yeah, and I think I must have just done that.
I'm pretty sure they don't attack... Yeah, no, they don't attack you.
I think
they might if you attack them.
I think my thought process was if I kill the wolf, maybe I'll be able to wear its coat.
I mean, like, that's fair enough.
And I do not remember if there's a scalping.
At the very start, like, the old man like does sort of give you a tutorial about the elements and stuff like that, and he gives you like a warm thing so that you can wear that. But then, like, you go to places like what's the fire people called in the north?
The Gorons?
The Gorons. Yeah. When you go
Gorons.
up there, if you're walking around there and you don't have a fireproof thing, you literally get set on fire.
Yeah, okay. I never got that far.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm giving you heaps of spoilers right now.
No, that's fine. I would have seen that, but
although I guess Gorons were in like some of the old games. And all
well, they're in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
you meet one pretty much as soon as you land on the below world in Skyward Sword. What was I going? Yeah, and that was the thing. So Breath of the Wild, I think it's a good game, but the reason why I think there's a rumor going around with Breath of the Wild 2.
Yes,
and they're like, we don't want to reveal what it is. In the trailer, you see all the lands floating in the sky.
Yeah.
Which is what you start off in Skyward Sword.
Oh wow!
All the islands. So it's kind of, I think we might get like a little mashup between the two. I think that's what Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be.
Okay. So
just with less tilt controls.
Yeah. Do you reckon like because they're all like floating in the sky and all that sort of thing, are you traveling between them like via some sort of portal, or are you traveling between them?
Yeah. Oh man, that was another controversy about Skyward Sword HD. So you in the game, I'm actually not quite sure how they say you can go back up. I haven't needed to go back up yet, so I'm not quite sure how I do it. But if you get the amiibo, the tie-in amiibo for this, it allows you to just go back up from wherever you are, and then you'll be returned to that place. Which means you can go back up, go to the save place, go to the bazaar, stock up on potions, weapons, and all this stuff, and then drop back down to exactly where you were.
Yeah.
And then, so it's really good. It's a very good feature.
That's a good system.
That should be in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if they've built it in, put that in the game instead of you have to traverse back to somewhere. Like Fallen Order. Okay, for example, the thing I hated the most about Fallen Order was having to traverse back to the ship.
Yeah, that bit sucks.
There wasn't like a quick travel to your ship.
Wait, hang on. You know that you can just quick travel to all the shrines, yeah? In Breath of the Wild.
So I'm talking about Skyward Sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was so confused there. I was like, wait, hang on, what?
Yeah. So to get back up to where the bazaar and stuff is, you'd have to go back through the level.
So you'd actually have to travel back.
You'd have to travel back to the portal to get up back to the sky plateau.
Okay, yeah. No.
Then back down, travel back. But if you buy the amiibo, it'll just beam you up from where you are, and it'll beam you back down when you go back down.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Which is an insane thing to then charge $35 for.
Yeah. I was sorry. I was so confused.
Which is potentially a different feature. Which is potentially a feature that makes you go, oh. But, yeah, so, and that's kind of why I think they're doing Breath of the Wild 2 will feature elements of Skyward Sword. Because I think Skyward Sword canonically is the first one.
You know what? The Legend of Zelda timeline is the most like fuck. There are so many videos that try to explain the timeline, and I'm sure all of them are right.
Yeah, I think there was an official one published last year in like a book. Oh wow, the Zelda timeline by Zelda Wiki.
Yeah, I mean, like, how often is that getting changed?
Yeah.
But like zealous fans just trying to like be like, no, this is the first one. No, this is the first one. But this contradicts this, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
By the way, can I just say, Breath of the Wild 2 being announced at E3 completely made up for Square Enix's entire presentation basically just being like, you're like mobile games?
Oh, man, I hated that. It was such a bad presentation. There was nothing good.
I was so excited for like, I assumed that they were just going to surprise us with Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for that. Or at least, maybe another DLC for the remake. I mean, okay. Like, yeah, sick that they're like remastering like all the old, 1, 2, 3, 4 and all that sort of thing. But just for mobile.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
If they put it on Switch, hell yeah. But like,
I think mobile gaming's bigger. In different parts of it. I think it's going to get bigger.
It's the thing that makes the most money, but like,
I've done a bit with it on with the Xbox xCloud beta.
Yeah.
So I mentioned previously I can play like my Xbox games on my phone, the ones that are
yeah, you were saying. Cool. I remember hearing you say that and thinking that's fucking sick.
So I think as that stuff gets better. But anyway, yeah, I just looked it up on the official Wikipedia wiki fan fandom wiki for Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword is the first one. It's
the original, or at least that's where it all kicks off.
Yeah, that's where it all kicks off.
Breath of the Wild would be late, wouldn't it?
Well, Breath of the Wild is
or vague
towards the end. And then I was like, oh, could this be revealing that Breath of the Wild is actually the beginning? And it's when all the islands go up in the air. Yeah. And then you go from Breath of the Wild 2 into Skyward Sword. Anyway, that's just a random theory.
Because, like that said, like the story of Breath of the Wild would still, pertain itself to being the original, before Skyward Sword. Yeah. Because, the whole thing is, you wake up after 100 years after the calamity and stuff. And
Skyward Sword is great darkness had descended over the land. And so the Sky Islands had been sealed off.
Yeah.
From the land by the cloud cover, impenetrable cloud cover.
Yeah.
So that could technically be a calamity.
But
review system. I need to get better using the review system. Breath of the Wild is worth going to jail for.
Absolutely. 100%. I even if it wasn't to do with tax. Yeah. Someone steal this game. Steal this game, people.
Nintendo's got enough money at the moment.
I'm sure they treat their workers like shit
during the pandemic. But yeah, so Breath of the Wild, I agree with you. Worth going to jail for. Skyward Sword HD, no.
Maybe pirate that one. That'd be about as.
No, not even pirate. I reckon.
Not even pirate?
No, I reckon completely go above the law. Just buy the physical copy so you can sell it if you hate it.
Yes. Yeah, fair enough, man.
Anyway, that's pretty much it for the episode. What do you got plugs? Plug it away.
Well, again, please check out my band Joy in Motion on everywhere that you get music, Spotify, Apple Music. I think we're on Tidal as well for some reason.
Oh, that high fidelity.
Yeah. Just wherever you can get it. You can check out our music videos on YouTube as well. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and all that business. You can follow me personally on Instagram at Joshua Morshua, spelled JAWSHUA MAWSHUA.
I'll put links in episode description.
Yeah. You can just keep up with what I'm doing there. I'm taking a bit of a break from stand-up at the moment. Not really doing any gigs. I don't know how long this break's going to be. It could be a few weeks. Could be a few months. Could be till the end of the year. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't decided yet.
Are you guys doing any shows, Joy in Motion?
We just got confirmed for this today. I'm not sure when this is coming out.
This will be this week.
This week? All right. Well, I'm sure we'll have been announced by then. If not, sorry, guys. We're playing Polar Fest on the August 14th. There used to be a whole bunch of New South Wales bands on the lineup.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
I was going to say it's weird that the booking acts 2-3 weeks out from the festival.
Yeah. So a bunch of New South Wales acts were going to be on the show. Obviously, with everything going on down there, that's not really viable, which, absolutely terrible for them. Everyone that's in New South Wales right now, Jesus Christ, fucking Godspeed to you guys.
So sorry.
So sorry.
I'm so sorry.
There's nothing else I can say, is there?
It's bad.
I'm sorry that everyone is a bunch of fucking idiots,
Yeah.
And thinks it's worthwhile going out and protesting. But yeah. So the point is, we got added to that show August 14th at the Bright Side. So
Echo Week.
Echo Week, yeah,
Echo
baby.
Week. It's Saturday. I think
it's a Saturday.
I think Wednesday's the holiday, the 11th.
Yeah.
This is great Echo content. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait for the show. The show that stops the city. Not really. Anyway, no. So that was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much. I had a good time,
as someone
who's
listened to your music both in demo version and in professionally released version, is great music.
Thank you very much.
Look it up. Spotify kind of reminds me a bit of Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's what we were kind of going for.
Yeah. All my links are still the same. Be About a Boy. Go check out Duncan. Duncan's Twitch. He's working on a podcast theme for me. So if you're one of those people that hates that this podcast doesn't have intro music, I'm being semi-professional and getting one. But he's been making that and streaming that on Twitch a bit, the music production. So that's been cool. The link's in the link tree in my Instagram. But besides that, I don't really have anything to plug yet. So
sweet as.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for having me.
All good. Until next time, do that tax return.